the armed forces of Ukraine continue its offensive inside Russian territory, inside the Kursk region. Meanwhile, the governor of the Belgorod region, Vyacheslav Gladko, announced evacuation of population from one of the districts of the Belgorod region. There have been some reports that Ukraine could start another offensive deep inside the Belgorod region. Also, there have been some unverified reports about the possible Ukraine's offensive inside this region, but meanwhile, Ukrainian army has regained its initiative on the ground, according to the Institute of Study of War. But how is Ukraine's offensive inside Russia is going on right now, and why Russian dictator Vladimir Putin and his generals did not expect such risky Ukraine's offensive operation inside Russia. Institute of Study of War reported that Ukraine had successfully regained its initiative on the ground on the Kursk region. Also, there have been some reports that Ukraine still continues its offensive operation inside Russia. Previously, Institute of Study of War reported about Ukraine's advances into the Kursk region for 30 or even 35 kilometers. Also, Institute of Study of War reports that Russian dictator Vladimir Putin made a fatal mistake. He did not expect such an outcome. He did not expect such an offensive operation. Also, Russian generals have miscalculated Ukraine's capabilities and Ukraine's ability to conduct operational surprise operations, and also to gain operational security and operational surprise. Also, there have been some reports that Russia's intelligence, some representatives of Russia's intelligence warned Russian army about this Ukraine's planning, that Ukraine planned offensive operation. However, Russian General Valery Gerasimov refused and did not take it seriously. And also, Vladimir Putin was caught off the guard because he did not expect such operation, as well as Russia's generals. At the same time, Russia's authorities are downplaying this Ukraine's offensive inside Russia. They have declared counter-terrorist operation. However, they were afraid to establish a martial law, and all this is because of Russian dictator Vladimir Putin is afraid that martial law would not be popular among the Russian society, among Russian people, and that's why they are downplaying this offensive operation, and they are ordering Russia's media to downplay this development, despite the fact that Ukraine still continues to move forward to gain more ground and to continue its offensive operation inside Russia, deep inside Russia. And meanwhile, the head of the German Bundestag Defense Committee, Markus Faber, he said that the Ukraine's offensive operation inside Russia into the Kursk region is going better than expected. Also, he said that this operation has already forced Russia to withdraw some forces from the east of Ukraine to this new war zone in the Kursk region. Also, he suggested that Germany could deliver to Ukraine even more German-made Leopard 2 tanks to help Ukraine to boost its offensive operation inside Russia. In addition, also Markus Faber said that this offensive demonstrates to the Russian population that Russian dictator Vladimir Putin does not control the situation. He cannot control the situation, and the Russian military leadership, according to Markus Faber, today is overwhelmed by this strong and big offensive operation of Ukraine inside Russia into the Kursk region. Also, in the meantime, The Hill reported about the dilemma which could be posed by this operation to Ukraine. Experts said that Ukraine should decide what it would do with occupied territories, with newly controlled territories inside Russia. However, this while Ukraine was trying to strike a strategic counterattack against Russia today, Ukraine should decide what to do with the occupied territories. However, there is still lots of success from this operation for Ukraine. Ukraine has already forced Russia to move reserves, to commit strategic reserves to this operation, and to redeploy troops from the east of Ukraine to this operation into the Kursk region. Also, the Hill reported that it's a large operation and it's a serious offensive which is done by Ukraine, because it includes and involves from 6,000 to 10,000 soldiers and different brigades which have in staff US-made weapons, US-made security assistance, and the US armored vehicles, and even German-made tanks. Also, the other news outlet Forbes reported that Ukraine now is fortifying its position in the Kursk region. That's why Ukraine would not go away from the Kursk region, would not withdraw its troops, and would not quit. Ukraine will continue its offensive inside Russia and now is fortifying its position. And Forbes reported that it's a sign that Ukraine would stay inside Russia for a while. In the meantime, Russian troops are also fortifying its position, and there have been reports that Ukraine still continues to move forward inside Russia for 30 or even 35 kilometers. However, we will continue to analyze this situation regarding the Ukraine's offensive inside Russia, and there have been some reports that Ukraine also could start another offensive into Russia, but on other direction, on the direction of Belgorod region. Meanwhile, there have been some new polls from the United States regarding the U.S. general election. Kamala Harris has a lead over Trump by 4%. Also, this poll was conducted by the Siena Polls and was ordered by the New York Times. And this poll shows that Kamala Harris has a lead over Trump for 4%. Kamala Harris gains the support among voters, gains support among voters for 50% in Michigan, in Wisconsin, and in Pennsylvania. On the other hand, former US President Donald Trump gains the support only among 46% votes, and New York Times reported that there is a big lead by Kamala Harris and big boost among the support from her voters. However, voters favor Trump when it comes to whom they trust on the economy and immigration, and this question are key one in this presidential race and in the U.S. general election. And let us finish our conversation with the latest developments from the Middle East. Axios reported that Iran could attack Israel. These reports have been reported some days ago, and this information was revealed after the phone call between U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and his Israeli counterpart, Defense Minister of Israel. Some time ago, there have been some reports that Iran could recalculate his calculation, could change his mind and not attack Israel and not conduct this retaliation. However, there has been a shift in the Iranian policy, and it seems like Iran could attack Israel in the nearest future, and this has been reported by Axios. Also, US has deployed additional military units to the Middle East to help Israel to help to defend itself in the air, and the United States would try to mobilize international coalition to help Israel to defend itself against any Iranian drones and missiles which could launch by Iran and other pro-Iranian proxies. That's all for today. Subscribe on our YouTube channel, stay with us on our YouTube, and glory to Ukraine.